In this chapter, we're going to be looking at the ways PHP stores and works with data. To begin with, we're going to look at arrays, which will allow us to store a number of values within one array variable. We're going to be looking at numerically indexed arrays, associative arrays, which allow us to give names to each element within the array, and multidimensional arrays, effectively arrays of arrays. Then we're going to look at some string manipulation, the ways we can work with strings within PHP. And finally, we're going to look at regular expressions, ways of checking strings against a pattern of numbers, letters, or symbols. So let's start out and look at an example of an array in PHP. We declare our array in the same way as we declare any other variable. In this case, we're going to use an array containing all the names of a pop group, let's say the Beatles. And instead of just putting one value on the other side of the isSet_to sign, we're going to write the word array. Then we open brackets, just a normal rounded brackets, and we're going to put in a number of values separated by commas. And there are the surnames of the band members. Now, what this command does is it stores all of these values within this array. That way, we can reference each of the values by referring to the array itself and a number. So, this is the first, that's the second, this is the third, that's the fourth. However, it becomes a little complicated because PHP's arrays don't start with the number 1. They start with the number 0. You'll find this is to be true in a lot of other programming languages, and you'll probably be used to this if you've done any programming before. But if you're not, the thing to remember is simply that arrays are 0 indexed, which means that in this case the element Lenin is not the first element, is not element number 1, it's element number 0. So when we come to reference our array, let's say we wanted to pull the first element from that array and echo it to the browser. We use the square brackets here to let PHP know which element we want to, where we're dealing with here. And we're going to put the number 0 in like that. Now let's see how that works. We'll save that, pop to our browser, and take a look. Lenin. So here it interpreted the number 0 and looked at element number 0, which would be Lenin. If we took element number 3, save that and refresh our browser, then we see star. Let's take a look back here. Now we see that star is in the 4th position on the list, but we've said echo Beatles element 3. Now of course the reason for that is if Lenin is 0, then that makes the second item number 1, the third item number 2, and the fourth item number 3. Now that may take a little getting used to, but it will prove to be very useful later, as we'll see, and it's just one of those things in programming that is well worth getting used to. That'll do for that movie. In our next movie we're going to look at ways to reference all the elements within an array.